Let's get to work. Okay, let's go.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
So what happened to your smuggling operation?
The Galactic Empire. Not long after the end of the Clone Wars, the Empire cracked down on my shipping operation. They ruined everything. Many of my associates saw the relative safety of the Hutts good riddance. Most of them were snakes, anyway. But some of them... I lost people I didn't expect to lose.
I'm sorry, Moran. That's rough.
No, I'm sorry. I seem to have forgotten asking for your pity.
All right, then.
Cal, I've been meaning to, Well, I was a little curt when last we spoke about how my shipping operation was shut down.
Don't worry. I've heard worse.
I really did lose everything, you know. And everyone. That's what brought me to Koboh with what few wares I had left. Monk lets me keep my things in the back room. Go on. See if anything suits your fancy. Not like anyone here has credits to spend. Anyhow, I shouldn't take my troubles out on you.
Thanks, Moran.
See you around, Cal.
So why'd you choose to study the High Republic?
You know, I think it is the same reason that people are flocking to Pyloon's saloon. Everyone is excited about the possibility of what Koboh could become. I believe that is the kind of optimism that defined the High Republic.
Maybe you're right about that.
Hey.
So how'd you go from making sounds on Ryosa to becoming a producer?
Well, I put together a few rough tracks, handed them out to friends, and things spread word of mouth. Started playing enough gigs to do it full time. Eventually, someone with influence caught a listen as they were passing through. They'd worked with Max Rebo, so I figured they were legit.
Max Rebo? That is legit.
Exactly. Said they could give me some gigs in the core. When they said core, I heard like Chandrila. Nah, they meant Coruscant. So that's where I went. Bit busy.
You ever get homesick, Tulak?
From time to time, there are quite a few things I miss.
Like what?
The many rivers, Belati trout leaping over the current, and the food that I crave.
Oh yeah?
Handmade dumplings stuffed with potato and kushnip. I miss the taste of banson, a minty spice that enlivens every taste bud.
You should talk to Grease. Maybe he can whip something up that reminds you of home.
A wise suggestion, Sojourner. Now is not the time to speak.
Kestis putting the kibosh on the raiders? Look at you!
I doubt they're gone. Just a little bruised.
Still, I'm impressed. Without a leader, they're gonna lose a lot of oomph.
Yeah? There's an open spot at the top of the raider ladder. You interested?
No thanks. Too much heat. But you're right. If I had to guess, something big and mean is gonna swallow up those raiders.
Don't like the sound of that.
I didn't think you would. Be quick about it, eh? You have to admit, that's not fair.
Looks good to me.
You know this won't improve your aim, right? Later.
All right, you old bat. I'm in.
There's the bonehead I know.
Got a second, Monk?
Take a load off.
See you later, Monk. Barkeep.
What can I do for you? Gotta hand it to you, Cal. Wherever you go, the action surely follows.
Hey, you wanted customers, right?
That I did. The place is packed. And if we keep going at this rate, we're gonna need a bouncer.
Well, maybe Mosey's looking for some extra income.
Interesting proposition. If I had to put my life in someone else's hands, it'd be Mosey's.
It was good to see you.
Cal, just in time. The old grouch just made the best decision of his life.
Yeah?
I'm done pounding sand. Reckon we're ready for a big score.
The big score. The one we've been waiting for. Sitting right under the imps' noses. Got a tip about some derelict Imperial equipment up on the mountain. Prospectors have been too yellow to go for it. But we ain't yellow.
We sure ain't.
This time tomorrow, we'll be sitting pretty on an industrial fuel injector.
Glad to hear someone's not letting the Empire scare them away. But you need to be careful up there.
Oh, we got it all figured out. Got a map and everything.
Better get our autographs now, Cal. Next time we meet, we might be above your pay grade.
What?
Talk later, buddy.
But that Mogu you took out had quite the stench.
Ugh, quite.
Range with your nose, my mama always said. We once had a feral canaphant terrorizing the ranch. Just a menace. Destroyed our barn. Twice. Canaphants cover their own tracks, see? Crafty buggers. Practically impossible to find.
So how'd you track it?
We reversed our vaporators, pumped the air full of moisture. When it's humid, smells get a lot, well, more pungent. Was long before we caught the scent.
Clever.
Ain't it? We all got 5 senses, Cal. I figure we might as well use them. Any luck with that Garako?
Yeah. You won't find it stomping around Dredger Gorge anymore.
Hey, look at the tracking chops on you. Natural-born hunter. Later, BD.
So you got the compass, yeah? Well, guess that's it. Next stop Jeddah, and then, you know, rhymes with Mandalore.
You sure you're ready to leave Pyloons behind?
Well, I gotta admit, it's in good hands. And this ain't a one-way trip. We can still visit, right?
Just have to be careful.
Sure, sure. I was more of a risk taker when I was younger. These days, I just want a place to call home. I'm excited to see Seer again. Those anchorites, though, not so much. We going to Jeddah or what?
Cal? When we were fighting Dagon, those hallucinations, what were they for you?
Our friends, suffering because they followed me. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
I saw Kata in her room, stormtroopers coming for her, breaking down the door. But you know what? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Thanks for being there and having my back.
No. Thank you, brother. We're closer than ever to giving the people we love real safety. Just enjoying this place while I can. May not see it for a while.
Cal, you missed a right squall around here. Where have you been?
Here and there.
Well, you're here now. Did you hear about Turgle's shell?
Can't say I did.
You got to check it out. Said he found it in the wash. To think.
You two have too much time on your hands.
You ought to keep an ear to the ground, kid. News like this doesn't find itself.
Coward!
Hey, Scuba. How's the water?
Ah, fine. I just wanted to thank you for lending me your tank. Plenty more space for plenty more fishes, though. Let's keep them all spinning, eh?
Cal, I hope I'm not intruding, but what happened to your Jedi Master?
He died during the Purge. Gave his life so I could escape. I can still hear his last words. Trust only in the Force.
Oh, Cal, I am so very sorry.
It was a long time ago.
2 centuries later, and Master Kree's last directive still rattles my memory banks.
I'll never forget. But that's how they're still with us.
I think you're right about that. We'll speak later. Go on, set forth. Does any of this interest you? Does this meet your approval?
Gonna go with this one.
Decisive!
I'll grab this one.
Excellent selection!
I know that look.
What look? I don't have a look.
Dagon. His army. Those were long odds. Even for you.
I didn't let my past control me. Dagon's overwhelmed him. To be honest, I had no idea if I could. But I had to believe.
Well, I knew you would come back.
Of course. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
We should go back to Jeddah soon. Cere and Cordova are waiting.
Turns out our skills go pretty okay together, huh?
So modest, this one. We were perfectly darling. On Coruscant, others would construct my designs. What fun it was to roll up my sleeves and get in there. So, what's next?
Next?
That's right. I'm not done with you yet, Zeke. Not by a long shot. Carl, tell me, have you ever been to Coruscant?
Once or twice.
Winnie says I've gotta go. What's it like?
A lot of ships. A lot of people.
Like one, not the other.
And I adore both. You've never lived until you've danced the night away on a pleasure bus circling the Uskru district.
I'd make the trip just to see that.
Hello, Carl.
So, it looks like we aren't the only ones who found romance on Koboh.
What, Turgle and Two locked? I don't think that's in the stars.
Come now, Carl. That delightfully dark Maven has been casting wayward glances at you.
Marin? What was the look?
She's a hard one to read. You, however, couldn't be more obvious. So, what are you waiting for?
Good question. A lot going on right now.
Okay. Don't get so caught up that you miss the small things. Because those are the things you'll remember. Let's chat later.
Zig's right, Carl. I spent most of my life in
I see you found new seeds. Plant one, and I'll tell you all about it.
Might as well plant some of these seeds.
The more you plant, the more you bond.
A new plant. Bet we can learn more from Peely.
We can talk later. Wonderful. New seeds. Plant one. I'll share its details.
That's the spot. Here's your new home.
was hoping you'd find seeds like that. Put one in the ground. I'll share what I've learned. Excellent! A new species. Plenty. I'll explain it to you. Wonderful. New seeds. Plant one. I'll share its details.
Let's sow some new seeds. I'm sure Peely knows something about this plant. And now we wait. Here looks good. All our work is really paying off, BD.
You've introduced a new species. After you plant it, I'll provide more detail.
We already checked out the caverns. You were right. They're not safe at all.
I know that. Why does nobody take notice of me? I'm speaking truth. Well, at least you came out in one piece.
Nice to see you. See anything you like? You got a good eye.
Can't go wrong with this.
You know a good deal when you see it.
Looks good to me.
All sales fine. Won't find that anywhere else. You better not tell me you're one of them.
One of who?
One of them fools hollering at me to throw a Raiders are gone party.
No, I'm not one of those fools.
Well, good. For starters, the Raiders are still out there causing trouble, leader or not. And worse, these prospecting fools want me to throw that party for free. Well, not on their lives. No such thing as a free lunch, let alone a free party. I don't care what the occasion is. We're in this together. You want something? You pay your share. Satisfying, isn't it?
What is?
Protecting this town. What with me keeping people fed, you keeping people alive.
You'd need 3 bodyguards to keep Turgle safe.
Ain't that the truth? It's a lot to take on, but in exchange, we gain something mighty valuable, don't we? A sense of purpose. It makes all this feel meaningful.
Yeah, Guess it does.
All right, out with it. You're not carrying disruptor tech, are you? No? How about slicer droids? Don't lie to me.
We don't mess with that black market gear.
Smart. I made that mistake once. Ooh, never again. Sold some sensor jamming tech to a customer desperate to get a syndicate off his back. They traced the sale. Killed him, came for me.
We've had a run-in or two with the syndicates.
Oh, I barely made it out alive. Now, I keep my product clean. It's a bit pricier, but not as costly as a blaster bolt in the back, I'll tell you that.
I think I'll browse a little.
You, Raider Killer. Heard you cleared out that watchtower.
You heard right.
Not bad. I didn't think you could hack it. Let's just hope there aren't any consequences for the rest of us.
You have already looked inside.
We did. Hope that's all right.
Quite. Anything you found is yours for the taking. It would make me happy to see it put to good use. I will be leaving Koboh soon.
Where are you going?
My owners have relatives on Onderon. I will seek them out. But no matter what, I am committed to learning some more practical skills.
Practical skills?
Medicine, surgery, healing. What happened in those caverns was terrible. And I was powerless to help. I will learn to prevent that, Cal.
It's hard to stop suffering in this galaxy, but always worth the effort.